we can tell people to go and see it, and we can hopefully make people feel good about going to see it. But there's literally nothing else to be done except people watch it.
Something inside me has always been there. But now it's awake. And I need help.
How do you feel about just, you know, the whirlwind that you're getting ready to go on, and do you feel like there's a sense of responsibility given the fact that the fans are just so critical of every little thing about it?
The fans didn't feel critical first time around. I think I felt more of a responsibility when we were filming it, because that was when we were like at this point, what can we do? We can tell people to go and see it, and we can hopefully make people feel good about going to see it. But there's literally nothing else to be done except people watch it. When we were making it, there was a world of possibility. There were things that I was questioning and things that I was questioning more because of the reaction to the first one, and the reaction in particular to John and I. I was worried about being apart from him, so I felt a sense of, if I'm not with my guy, my buddy, how are people going to respond to that? Right. And Ryan was wonderful and talked me through everything, and we had a chance to rehearse and talk through the story, and obviously Ryan knows what he's doing because he's an awesome filmmaker. Yeah, he's great. So now that has sort of settled a bit. But yeah, it's a whirlwind. But now it's just really genuinely, it's exciting for it to come out and for people to see it. For sure.
You know, I have a question when it comes to the aspect, or, you know, it's always written by a man. But the very most popular one was Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, which was written by a female. If you could choose a female director, to direct a future Star Wars, who would you choose and why?
I mean, I'm a very personal person. For me, it's all about like how I feel right there. Right. So I had a meeting with Reed Morano, who's awesome, who I think actually won the Emmy for Handmaid's Tale, and she just had a really great vibe. And I was lucky enough to work with a female director this year. But aside from that, I would say Reed Morano.
Excellent. Now, you know, this experience, obviously, it's a whole lot that goes into it. If there's one thing that you could take away that's, you know, very rewarding, that you'll take onto the next set into your career in the future, what would it be?
I do genuinely feel like I've done 4 films in the past couple of years, and I do feel 5 films, including Peter Rabbit, and I do feel like every experience has made me feel like a better actor. And I've been really lucky. I think a lot of that is a sense of comfort when you're around people who are lovely. Yes. And I think Star Wars in particular, like, it was my first thing, and to come back to it and to be surrounded by people that made me feel comfortable, and like I had room to sort of play around and see what's what, that's where there's room to grow. And so I think there's that. I think it's the feeling of growing from film to film, and hopefully, you know, upping the game every time. For sure. Now, in Hollywood, and just dealing with all these movies, you did 5 of them this year. How important is it for you to just maintain discipline, and how does that, you know, help you in your career? Discipline in what way? Mental, physical?
It could be a little bit of both. I mean, not necessarily agreeing to everything when it comes to signing on to movies, or maybe just saying no when it comes to going out at night sometimes.
Yes, I think it's all about how you feel. The thing is, I was always the person that was like, quit while I'm ahead. Like, if I'm having a good night, I'd usually be like, right, it's home time now. Right. And I don't feel, luckily, I've never felt like a pressure to go out late or whatever it is if I don't want to. If I'm like, I'm going to bed, I'm going to bed. I think the good thing about trying to maintain physical discipline is it's just a moment for you to figure everything out, and you could sort of work things out when you're doing whatever you're doing. But yeah, it's interesting, because also as an actor, like, you're constantly saying yes, and then suddenly you have choices and you're able to say no, and that's weird in itself to get your head wrapped around. So I think now I feel like I'm in a good, even spot of being able to choose, and that is a really lucky place to be in.
Fulfill your destiny.
I need someone to show me my place in all this.